So, super quick today. It is Mother's Day. I wanted to chat with you really fast about today's theme, which is what we do as coaches. Oh my gosh, what do we do as coaches? It's so complicated. It feels so overwhelming. It's really not. What we do as coaches every single day, whether you're here just for a discount, or you're here to create a little bit of financial wiggle room, or maybe you're here to create complete financial freedom, like me, we all do the same sort of things. And that is number one, we put our own journey first. We work on our own journeys. That means that we're doing our workouts and we're eating like we love ourselves. Doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me, I'm about to go have some ice cream. And I just had French fries for lunch, but we're eating like we love ourselves. We are showing up with intention and working to cultivate our innerness to a better, healthier, saner version of ourselves. Doesn't mean it's perfect. Doesn't mean you have all your shit figured out or together. It just means that you're a work in progress and that you own that 100%. That has been such a gift that coaching has given to me. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough because we focus on what we're gonna have to do for other people or how we're gonna show up. But you guys, coaching is really you choosing to show up for yourself. And sometimes we don't show up for ourselves very well in the beginning when we're creating those new habits and things feel uncomfortable. And so I have found and I have seen over and over that when you choose to show up for other people, you have more skin in the game, and sometimes it's easier to get momentum. We don't necessarily want to show up for ourselves. We're easy to gaff off. But when other people are relying on us, it makes such a freaking difference. And so if that's where you're at, if you're one of my coaches already and you're struggle busing and you're start stopping, I want you to think about the people who have said yes to you, who have joined you, or who are waiting to see how your journey unfolds before they join you. And I want you to show up for them. Okay, and then somewhere along the way, it becomes a habit and it becomes easier and you fall in love with the process, which ultimately I was not in love with the process of working out. There's still days to this day, 5+ years in, well, I've been working on my fitness journey now for freaking like 8.5, where I don't want to, and it feels struggle bussy. And there's so many other things I should be doing or could be doing, and it just feels almost selfish. But then I remind myself that this journey, that coaching is about more than just me. It's about showing up for other people the way that I need someone to show up for myself. And a lot of times in life, other people don't show up for us the way we want. And so we have to learn to show up for ourselves. And coaching is one of those things. I show up for other people, and by showing up for them, I'm showing up for myself. It's a win-win, right? Okay, so every single day as coaches, the things we do is we work on our own journeys, which means we move our bodies, we commit to a program, we see it through no matter how long it takes or how imperfect it is. It could be a 21-day fix and it takes you 35 freaking days. Could take you 3 months. I don't really care. The point is you're working on your journey and you're showing up the very best you can. The other piece of that is the personal development, because I talk about this so much inside of our Fit Club, is what's happening in here, in between your ears. It's affecting what's happening here. And so when you work on from here on up, from here on down, falls in place, you guys. When you start to fall in love with who you're becoming and you start to change your self-talk and the way that you are viewing the world and going out into the world, everything else shifts. And I have found that when you do that, and you're moving your body every single day and you're celebrating all the little wins, that's when you get momentum in all areas of your life. So that is the most important part. Coaching really comes down to you being committed to showing up to your own journey. The other piece is that we have all these, we have freaking tools. I need to get my glasses adjusted. They want to fall off my face. It's really annoying. But we have these tools, okay? So this is called the Business Activity Tracker. Business Activity Tracker. And this is a Beachbody tool. I printed out one for every single week and I took it to my local Staples and I had it bound, and it gives you the blueprint of what you should do as a coach. So if you're just here for a discount, this doesn't necessarily apply to you. But if you're here because you want to pay this forward, because it's impacted your life and changed you, and you want to share that with others, but you're not quite sure how, this is what you do. We have tons of trainings. In fact, I feel like there's too many trainings. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is do the basics, which is this. It's commit to a program. It's do the personal growth. And then you talk to people. You post about your journey on social media and you send invitations and little love notes behind the scenes. It's not salesy. It's not gross. The other night, I went live and I talked about inviting friends and family and sharing, not selling. And I don't know if that was a very good video. I was thinking more about it. We share our workouts because we believe in the products and we believe in the programs. If you've never tried them, then maybe you shouldn't be a coach just yet. You should wait to have your own transformation. When I say you have your own transformation, does that mean that you went from a size 20 down to a size 6. No, that's not the transformation I'm talking about. But it's that self-belief, and it's that I wouldn't be the version of me I am today without this. It's not about necessarily the workouts and the superfoods. Like, I love those. I am a product of that. But it's how those things, showing up to those every single day and creating a community, transform my life. And if I didn't have these things, I honestly don't know what my life would look like, and I don't want to take time to imagine it. It's introduced me to so many amazing people. It's helped me find my tribe, and it's given me a platform to help other people. And so I think of sharing, not selling, is like, you are committed to the journey, and so you share about it on social media. And so just like there's a great sale, or you find a pair of pants that fit super great, make your butt look awesome, or you find like some seltzer that you really dig, or I don't know, essential oils, whatever. We naturally share those things with other people. And so the same thing goes for this. If you don't believe in it, if you don't love it, then you shouldn't be a coach. But if you do, then why shouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to share that with other people? If you can make income and you can help, more importantly, transform other people's lives, starting with your own, like, why wouldn't you want to? And so the day-to-day activity, it's really, we overcomplicate it. Just like we overcomplicate all of this. We overthink this. We're like, I'm not enough of an expert yet. I need to wait to say yes to coaching. I need to get more information. I want you to get information, and I want you to gut check with yourself. I don't want you just to rush into something and do it because I think you should. You are the one that's going to be living this journey, and so it needs to feel right to you. But I also don't want you to overthink it, overcook it. Like, if you love it and you believe it and you're living it, why would you not want to share it? Even if you only change one person's life, can you imagine how that impact? There's a story, and I talked about this before, and I'm going to share it again because I think it's really important. One of the coaches that mentors me, she was talking about how she invited a boss, and she was super intimidated to invite that boss because she didn't know if the boss was going to prejudge her or she was going to be into it, whatever. She invited the boss. The boss said yes after watching her journey and following along. She probably said no a couple times because most people do. And this woman wound up having breast cancer. She wound up losing like 50 pounds. She found a lump in her breast. It was cancer. And that woman came back to her down the road and she said, if you hadn't invited me to this, if you hadn't shared about your journey consistently so that I started to trust you and I started to follow along and I hadn't said yes to you, I probably would have never lost that weight, and I wouldn't have found that lump, which I wouldn't have found the cancer, which means I may not be here. You guys, what we do as coaches, it's not just about superfoods. It's not just about inviting to groups. It's not just about you taking your sexy selfie or sweaty selfie or whatever you want to call it. It's about us living a lifestyle that transforms our lives and the lives of those around us. And it's not just the people who will say yes to you. I get messages all day long from people who won't say yes to me, but they follow my journey and they follow my story, and I inspire them to show up to their own life. And that's the purpose for me of being a coach, is knowing that I'm shining a light, and not everyone is meant to do what I do. Not everyone is going to fall in love with the process, but me showing up authentically will hopefully inspire other people to live their purpose and to do the thing that they've put off. And so I believe that God brought me to coaching, not because everyone needs to join Team Beachbody and everyone needs to be part of the Positive Vibe Tribe, but because this is my platform to inspire other people and to make a freaking difference. And so if you have any nudge, you need to listen to that and you need to stop fighting it. I fought my nudge for a really long time, and finally my husband was like, oh my gosh, overthinker right here. He was like, oh my gosh, just freaking do it. And if you hate it, then you quit. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said yes, and I went all in, and I've never looked back. There's been times where I've doubted myself because I'm like, am I making a difference? But at the end of the day, when I'm really quiet, I know I'm making a difference. And just because I may not have thousands and thousands of people that are like walking around with unicorn horns chanting that they love PiYo, it doesn't mean I haven't made a difference and I'm not living my purpose. And that's what I want you guys to know. If you say yes to this, there's plenty of tools. There is a roadmap. You are the one who will decide if you're going to get uncomfortable and be vulnerable and be imperfect as you figure it out. That's up to you. It's not up to me. I can't inspire you to do that. I will give you the tools and I will tell you what's worked for me, and I will share my story and my journey authentically with my coach tribe, just like I do with my Positive Vibe Tribe. And hopefully you'll catch your own wind and you'll find your own purpose and your own voice, and you'll be able to shift so many lives, because What we do as coaches, like I said, it's so much more than workouts. It's so much more than the shakes. It's so much more than the unicorn juice. It's about living your purpose and sharing your truth to inspire people just like you. You don't need to inspire the whole world, but there's people just like you that need this and are waiting for this. And so day-to-day activity, we do a couple of things. Like I've already said, we do our workouts, we do our personal growth, we invite to the opportunity, we invite to our groups, we invite to, you could have free groups if you wanted, like water challenges or affirmation groups or whatever. I don't freaking care. It's going to resonate with you, and then it will resonate with your people that you're meant to inspire and work with. Other things we do is we post on social media. We do. If you hate social media, this is probably not a business for you. If you are a fellow introvert like me, I freaking love this because I can turn it on, I can turn it off. I don't have to go out in people unless I want to. And I get to be weird me. And the people who don't like me will just unfollow. And that's totally cool. Vice versa. What else do we do? We run groups. So you're contributing to that. You're showing up as the best version of yourself, imperfectly perfect every single day. And that's really it in a nutshell. It's not complicated. You drink your shake, you do your workout, you post about it on social media, you invite people, you post in a group to inspire, you follow up, you cheer people on, and you just keep developing yourself into the better, happier, healthier, saner version of yourself. So, day-to-day activity, there you go. You work on your journey, share about it on social media, you invite people. You create a place that's safe, that resonates with you, that will resonate with your people to inspire them, not to convince them to do the workouts. I feel like that happens a lot. Even with my coaches, where I don't know if they expect me to magically inspire them. I can't do that. We all have our own spark, and it's up to us to ignite our own spark and to do the work to keep our spark lit and to just keep growing and getting better. And there will be seasons where it's hard, and there'll be seasons where you doubt yourself. I don't know how many times I've done like a crying video in my group, like, I should just quit. No one listens to me. But you're making a difference. So whenever you're doubting yourself, just remind yourself that you are in fact making a difference. And if you change one life, that is worth it. But I'm telling you that you'll change way more than one life because you're going to change your life and your family's life.